The War of the Gargantuas is a 1966 Toho film about two creatures named Sanda and Gaira. The brown one, Sanda, is a protector of mankind, and the green one, Gaira, wants to devour it. These two brothers battle each other to decide the fate of mankind. Or as Brad Pitt puts it,
at the end of it, the good Gargantua had to sacrifice himself to defeat the bad Gargantua and rid the world of evil.
Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with Attack on Titan? Well, the answer is simple. This is one of the movies that inspired the iconic manga series we all know and love today. And it turns out that Hajime Isayama is a fan of Japanese monster movies, also known as Kaiju Eiga. In the Attack on Titan guidebook, within the 20 greats that gave Isayama strength section, under fear/creepiness, there are citations for 3 films and a manga series, 2 of which are The War of the Gargantuas and Godzilla vs. Biollante. Within the next few pages, there is a section that showed numerous media that inspired Attack on Titan. Under Captivated by a Fight Between Monsters is the film Godzilla vs. Biollante. In the description for the film, Isayama states, "More than anything, I was captivated by the image created by the intense battle between the two monsters. I made tons of sketches of kaiju when I was younger." In Attack on Titan, a plot device that gives characters like Eren Yeager their powers is a serum that grants them the ability to transform into a Titan. This may have gotten its inspiration from Godzilla vs. Biollante, in which Dr. Shiragami uses the DNA of Godzilla to bring his daughter back to life, resulting in the giant roast kaiju, Biollante. During an interview seen in an issue of Brutus magazine from November 2014, Hajime Isayama also got inspiration from another anime series that features giant monsters that pose a threat to the human race, Neon Genesis Evangelion, not only for its apocalyptic subjects, but also naming characters after battleships, saying that characters named after them become popular according to a theory he has while discussing the character Mikasa. In this topic, he references Misato Katsuragi and Ritsuko Akagi from Evangelion. Oh, and don't worry, he hates Shinji too. In that same interview, when asked if he ever felt a strong affection towards characters in fiction, Isayama responds by saying that he's always been fixated on ugly monsters since he was little, while also mentioning Godzilla, Mothra, and the giant god warriors from Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Isayama concludes his response with, not just kaiju, but giant things in general. You know, Tokyo Skytree, stuff like that. And when Isayama was asked about his thoughts on Shusuke Kaneko's Gamera trilogy, he talks about how the Titans were inspired by the Gyaos from Gamera Guardian of the Universe, mainly because of their nature of devouring living things, stating it was great how they portrayed it feeding on humans. Even if you've seen all the previous Godzilla Mothra films, this one makes you wonder if it's okay to show to kids. Movies like Godzilla, Mothra, and Gamera all share one thing in common. There are stories about these forces of nature that challenge humanity and forces the human race to overcome them, an element that is very present in Attack on Titan. Most Kaiju Eiga fits in the umbrella genre known as Tokusatsu, a term that refers to the main focus of a movie or a TV show being their special effects, including stunt actors and costume. Initially utilized in World War II propaganda films, it was commonly associated with Japanese monster movies like Half Human and Matango, and science fiction such as The Mysterians and Atragon back then. Nowadays, it's become more associated with Japanese superheroes seen on television. This has become such a staple in Japanese pop culture that new Kamen Rider, Sentai, and Ultraman shows are coming out every year. On this side of Japanese media, Isayama does happen to be a fan of Henshin series, a fancy way of saying shows that feature transforming characters, like Kamen Rider. So basically, Attack on Titan is not only a kaiju series, but a Henshin series as well. In fact, when Attack on Titan was adapted into 2 live-action films directed by Shinji Higuchi, they paid homage to these genres through the use of tokusatsu, and Isayama enjoyed it. Many tokusatsu-related media can be easily passed off as kid stuff at first glance, especially when films such as Daigoro vs. Goliath and Wanagon vs. Gameran are associated with it. But it's always good to know that a good number of Kaiju Eiga have some of the best stories ever told in film, like Frankenstein Conquers the World and Yamato Takeru. I mention this because when you compare a dark series like Attack on Titan to something more innocent like Gamera Super Monster and something more serious like Rodan, you can tell that Isayama took it seriously, while also being inspired by other works such as World War Z, I Am Legend, Berserk, and Watchmen. In the end, Isayama likes to play with pop culture. For many years, everyone's been comparing Attack on Titan to The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones and whatnot. Mixed martial arts gets mentioned every once in a while, but not many people necessarily talk about this side of Attack on Titan and how it impacted the series, albeit not as much as a man who got drunk in a bar once. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Also, did you know Hajime Isayama has a body hair fetish? That's probably why the Beast Titan looks the way he is. Or probably why he liked War of the Gargantuas in the first place.